Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the October 2nd meeting of the Parks and Recreation Commission. Will the staff secretary please call roll?
Commissioner Abu-Marki,
Here.
Commissioner Alexander, Commissioner Borowiak,
Here.
Commissioner Bridge,
Here.
Commissioner Esparza,
Here.
Commissioner Pollock-Cushing,
Here.
Commissioner Suchek,
Here.
Commissioner Short.
Here.
Commissioner Bridge, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good one, Matt.
We will now open up the public comment period. Will the secretary read the procedures for addressing the commission tonight?
Speakers have 3 minutes under public comment to speak on issues that are not listed on the agenda and are within the city's jurisdiction. The Brown Act does not permit any action or discussion on items not listed on the agenda.
Okay. Do any members of our viewing audience have anything they'd like to address the commission about tonight?
Hi.
State your name for the record. And
My name is Kathleen, and I'm from Roseville. And I am coming here with kind of a informative information about working with the Shalito Pool Program. Okay? As an original member of the Pool Aquatics Program, I attend classes almost daily. I've been through many changes affecting my participation, but lately, current issues at the pool are frustrating. Think of this situation. Paying for a reservation, making your travel arrangements, buying all the required equipment, then arriving early as required, and barred by a locked door with no answers from anyone, without any form of prior notice. Apply this to the aquatic classes. This is the situation. I'm sure you might be all recognizing what the situation is. I'm not here to talk about the personnel issues because that's not my bone of contention. My bone of contention is members who go there aren't informed until you arrive at the door, and sometimes it's only other members that tell you that a class is canceled. You can imagine the frustration as you're dressed. You've traveled, you put the gas in the car, you've made your day, you've moved appointments, and now there's no class. This has been going on not since the Shalito Pool reopened. This has been going on for over a year. It used to be we used the digital class schedule, and that had an automated notice to you. You signed up, it used your database, everything. Well, now it doesn't do that because we don't use that database. We're not making the best use of the time. I've given you a handout that has all the information on it. On the back are also suggestions that I have made as to what can be done. There's some indications of using maybe videos or audio, voice only, or whatever. Most of the people that use the pool, which are morning classes, have to take hearing aids out. They can't hear very well in the pool, so having somebody distant yelling because the sound system is just a small portable like you would have on your pool deck, or it's not even a big sound system like this is for a room like this, and the pool, as you know, is much bigger than this. So anyway, I'm bringing my concern to the commission. I've already sent letters to Jill and to Mr. Narenson, and I've already talked to them, but I think the commission needs to know what the situation is for members, and that it's unsatisfactory. We pay memberships. I'm an annual member, and I'm paying for this frustration, and which doesn't make any sense at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else wish to address the commission? Okay. In that case, we will close public comment. And next, we'll move on to item 5.1, approval of the minutes from the August 7th meeting. Does anybody have any comments, corrections? And do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We'll move on to requests and presentations. Please note that all of tonight's agenda items are information-only items. First up, we have agenda item 6.1, volunteer recognition by Eric Dexter and Michael Newman.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name's Eric Dexter. I'm one of the Park, Recreation, and Library Superintendents, and this is...
Michael Neumann. I'm your urban forester.
And so we're here tonight to talk about the partnership that we have with the Roseville Urban Forestry Foundation. The city of Roseville has worked together with Roseville Urban Forestry Foundation, or better known as RUF, for almost 30 years. Actually, to be precise, 28. Michael's going to talk a little more about the history.
Yeah, I'll provide you some brief history about the Roseville Urban Forest Foundation. In 1993, Roseville Electric contracted with the Sacramento Tree Foundation to provide a trial shade tree program similar to the program offered by SMUD. After a 2-year trial, the city liked the program and wanted a local nonprofit organization to run the program, so the Community Tree Foundation took over the administration of the shade tree program, and the name was changed in 1995 to Roseville Urban Forest Foundation, commonly known as RUF. Roseville Electric has provided the funding for the program. Between 1995 and 2009, the program provided approximately 15,500 trees to residents and businesses, schools and churches, averaging approximately 1,000 trees a year. This included educational materials, site visits, seminars, and community presentations. RUF also partnered with the city's Stormwater and Open Space Division on Adopt a Creek projects from 2011 to 2015, which included willow plantings, mulching, tree plantings, creek cleanups, and erosion control projects. For the last 20 years, RUF has used oak mitigation funding provided by the city of Roseville to select books about trees and donate them to schools and libraries.
Over this last year, we donated over the city donated over $2,000 for these new books, and it always has a great impact. We've done this over the years, and the schools love it, the teachers love it, and they appreciate that we make this a priority every year for the schools and libraries.
With the city's first urban forester coming on board in 2007, the City of Roseville's Open Space Division partnered with RUF in volunteer plantings and mulching events for native oak mitigation projects. In the last 16 years, the city planted, with the tremendous support from RUF, over 25,000 native trees in its open space and natural resource areas. As you know, trees provide many important benefits, such as carbon sequestration, reduction of stormwater runoff, erosion control, wildlife habitat, filtration of water and air, and reduction of air pollution. In regards to volunteer planting events, the city generally provides and prepares the planting sites, provides planting stock and planting materials, installs the temporary irrigation, and maintains the young trees for 3 years until they're left on their own. RUF conducts the public outreach, facilitates the planting events, and recruits the volunteer workforce. The city's Park, Recreation, and Libraries Open Space Division staff is also present during the volunteer planting events and support these. This outstanding partnership has led to thousands of trees planted in our community and continuously enhances our urban forest. RUF has also conducted many acorn plantings over the years with volunteers. After the pandemic, the city and RUF partnered with volunteers to spread mulch in Roseville parks and open space areas around the planted trees. In the last 2 years, over 2,000 cubic yards of recycled wood chips from tree trimmings were spread by the volunteers.
And to give you a few examples, the last 2 events were at Veterans North Park and two events at Orchard View mitigation sites, and there was over 180 volunteers that showed up for those events. So it was a great turnout, and there's different various groups that showed up, and they had a great time. And that was all thanks to the RUF's efforts to get those volunteers out there.
Yeah, in regards to the different groups, like as this picture here depicts, families with young kids like the mulch spreading events, since the kids can play with mulch piles and are close to nature. And scout troops use these volunteer events to gain their specific nature and tree planting badges. The City of Roseville and Rough partnership has led to over 25,000 native trees planted in open space areas since 2007, over 15,500 trees planted through the shade tree program, over 2,000 yards of wood chips spread in the last 2 years in parks and open spaces, and 20 years of tree book donations to local city schools and libraries. With that, the City of Roseville Parks Recreation and Libraries Department would like to express its sincere appreciation to the Rough Board of Directors and all of its volunteers for their tremendous support and hard work. Without their passion and dedication, the continued enhancement of our urban forest would not be possible. We have some Rough Board members and Board of Directors in the audience, which is President Patrick Morrison, Vice President Jill Mealy, Treasurer Katie Palatinos, and the following board members such as Lonnie Hauk, Dale Anderson, and Cassie Lamp. Thank you.
With that, is there any questions or comments?
Well, thank you, Eric and Michael. I think at this point we have a little something for you guys.
So those of you from Rough, if you'd like to come up, we'd like to present you with a certificate of appreciation.
So, Madam Chair, if you'd like to read that certificate at the podium, present that to him, it would be great.
Everybody wants to join us?
Mr. President.
Okay. On today, October 2nd, 2023, we would like to give this certificate of appreciation.
Madam Chair, can you speak into the speaker? Mike?
Apologies. We are proudly presenting this certificate to the Roseville Urban Forest Foundation for your volunteer commitment to the City of Roseville's Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Department, and who thank you so much for everything that you guys have done for the city.
Thank
So
you.
would you like to?
Well, the only thing that I was thinking of saying is the fact that with this partnership, we have been able to fulfill our mission and vision statements more completely. We've been able to get in touch with more people, which is what we want to do, and teach them about trees and all of that. Now, there's one thing Michael did not, an important thing, a benefit that Michael did not include. Trees give us oxygen, so it's important that we can breathe, yes. Thank you very much. Oops, thank you.
Here, we'd love to get a photo of everyone.
With how many where?
We're going to stand.
Yeah, we probably should.
Stand. Hi, Katie. How are you?
You can scoot in.
Does there scoot in?
All right. Everyone ready?
This is like the part.
On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Tree. Exactly. Perfect. Thank you.
Good night, sorry.
Say tree.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. To the commission.
Everything you do.
Appreciate all your hard work.
Madam Chair, if I might, I would like to just make a comment as well
Yes.
to express my sincere appreciation to Ruff. I had the opportunity to help with the tree planting event a couple of months ago with my husband, and we had the absolute best time. And you're so organized. I mean, no wonder so much gets done so quickly, because we arrived and everything was ready to go, and I think we planted over 200 trees that day, and it's more than just doing something for the environment. It's fun and it's social, and thank you so much for all you do.
That was well-deserved, thank you. Does anybody have any public comment? Okay, we'll close public comment. And all right, at this time, we're going to move to item 6.2, which is presentation by Natasha Martin about museum and cultural arts.
Good evening, Commission members. Thanks for letting me speak this evening. I would like to begin my presentation this evening talking about 3 murals in public facilities that we're installing or being installed in 2023. And the first mural I want to review is the Downtown Library mural. This was our first mural project of 2023, and it was completed in March. In partnership with Blue Line Arts, their teen mural camp participants spent a week during spring break transforming the blank walls in our children's area into a vibrant owl whose wings turn into books. Blue Line really thought this was a successful partnership, and every one of the teens that participated, this was their first art class ever. And so I think they did an outstanding job. A new mural was unveiled in August at Maidu Community Center. Again, through partnership with Blue Line Arts, they brought in teens from Pro Youth and Families with Maidu native artist Tiffany Adams to create a mural focusing on different themes of community, ingenuity, and inclusion. The project was funded by Blue Line Arts' annual Fund a Need program, which seeks to involve at-risk youth in community art projects. And then finally, the Friends of the Roseville Library are funding a new mural on the exterior of the Martha Riley Library in honor of the Friends' 50th anniversary. This is a rendering of the design by artist Liv Lucy Unger. Liv is a Bay Area muralist who was chosen after selection by the Friends of the Library Board. We anticipate completion of this mural sometime by the end of 2023. Again, that's in dedication and support of the Friends of the Library and their 50th anniversary in support of our public library services. At the beginning of 2023, we put out a call to artists to design a sculpture for Veterans Memorial Park North. We received 8 proposals from artists as far away as Florida. A selection committee of city staff, community veteran leaders, and Blue Line Art staff selected the sculpture you see here, which is called Remembrance, from Southern California artist Chad Lefevre. The sculpture depicts a 6-foot-tall bronze poppy on a bronze stand with the poem In Flanders Field inscribed in bronze onto its base. This sculpture will be dedicated on Saturday, November 11th at 2 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Park North. The ceremony will feature an honor guard and posting of colors by Roseville American Legion and VFW representatives. Our Maidu Museum and Historic Site recently applied for and were awarded $46,273 as part of the Institute of Museum and Library Services INSPIRE grant program. The grant will enable the museum to provide a platform for local Native Americans to share their perspective, traditions, and contemporary culture throughout special monthly museum programs. In collaboration with our Native Advisory Committee, museum staff will develop free monthly programs featuring local Native artists, authors, culture bearers, scholars, and elders, and we'll be able to review and hang 3 art exhibits throughout the next year. The programs and events funded through this grant will improve the community's cultural literacy regarding local indigenous cultures by encouraging civil discourse among community members and creating a safe and welcoming space for discussion. And I'm happy to answer any questions for you this evening.
Thank you, Natasha. Does any member of the commission have any comments, questions, or concerns that they'd like to bring up?
I have a quick question. So that was great, 2023. It's kind of cool to see new murals come about, but is there continued plans for 2024 with more murals? I'm sorry if I missed that part.
We do have funding in our budget this year, this fiscal year, for an additional mural or piece of art in the downtown area, so that will be continuing. location for that mural is not yet identified.
So working with Blue Line on that project too?
Sometimes we're working with Blue Line as partners, and other times, depending on if it's our facility, we don't always work with Blue Line, but we have found them to be a valuable partner in these different sculptures and our murals as well.
Yeah, one other thing, a piece of that is with my involvement was with the Downtown Roseville Partnership too. So we fund murals too, but we also would work in collaboration with you on that and probably welcome some different ideas or maybe even be able to help in funding for that. So
Yes, and I think the project that we're working on now with regard to one of the areas downtown and collaborating, and because we don't want to be competing with what the merchants are doing, but we want to be working in conjunction with them. Because anything beautiful that we're bringing to the downtown is only going to enhance our quality of life.
yeah, we agree.
Thanks for referencing the Friends 50th anniversary. Yeah, I'd love to see the murals there at the library. Those will be nice.
What's the expected lifespan of these murals? Do they, is it forever? Do they get touched up in 5-10 years, something like that, or?
We will set aside funding for maintenance of our different murals and also our sculptures and things as we start adding more art pieces throughout the city. But usually the longevity of the murals is 5 to 10 years. The ones that are already installed in the city throughout the downtown, they've not done any touch-up on those yet. So we're kind of looking to see how those age and then making sure that we either are in touch with the artists if we need to do touch-ups or if there's any kind of vandalism or anything of that nature, that we do have some set aside maintenance funds for that.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, just thank you.
Okay. On that note, anybody from the viewing audience? I'll open public comment. We'll close public comment. Since that was information item only, there's no vote, so we'll move to the next agenda item, 6.3, which is presentation by Kathleen Beatty about upcoming fall community events.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Kathleen Beatty. I am the recreational coordinator that oversees a majority of the community events. Community events are essential for fostering a strong sense of community. Tonight, I'll share details about some exciting upcoming new events and events that will bring our community together. To give you a brief overview, as of 2023, we have offered over 50 community events. Some of those events include Wind Down Wednesday, Friday Flicks, 4th of July celebration, Family Fest, Turkey Trot, downtown holiday celebrations, Neighborhood Santa, and concerts, just to name a few. We continue to see great attendance at each event. In 2022, event attendance reached 53,905 attendees. To give a comparison with the attendance, we are on par, meeting, potentially exceeding attendance in comparison to this same time frame as the past 2 years. January through September 2021, we saw 28,785. January through September 2022, we saw 27,995 attendees, and this year, we've already seen 28,505 attendees. We introduced 4 new events this summer and fall. Our first one was Tot Tuesday. Every Tuesday in June, Vernon Street Town Square was turned into a play date for our little ones and their families to engage, learn, and grow together. Over the 4 weeks of this event, we had over 300 tots join us on the square. Due to the popularity of this event, we'll continue to run it, and we are looking for winter spring to run it at Mahaney Fitness Center. Chalk Your Walk was another great event we introduced this year. It brought color and vibrancy to our community. The event had breathtaking sidewalk chalk art, making our streets a true spectacle. It also featured an art gallery filled with 14 different Adventure Club sites, had artwork shown there. We had live performances from local singing groups, art vendors, and hands-on art activities for the kids. Community Picnic was located At Royer Park, our event featured a diverse range of attractions. These included captivating stage performances, family game areas like tug-of-war, potato sack races, and community events such as three-legged races, a kids' pie eating contest, which was a huge hit out there, and a water balloon toss competition. We were also delighted to welcome our local Crossroads Farmers Market that takes place every first Saturday here at the town square. And we had vendor booths to enhance the festivities. Last on our new addition for our summer fall is our Friday Flicks Trunk or Treat. With this event, it is our pre-party that goes before our Friday Flicks event. This event will be a trunk or treat at Mahaney Fitness Center along with other activities for the kids to enjoy. Along with many of the events that we offer the community, we have been able to offer new adaptive and inclusive experiences to our families with children that desire a more calmer environment. These events include Sensory Santa, Sensory Fall Festival, and Bunnies in Baskets. This past weekend, the event team introduced an adaptive and inclusive component for children at our Family Fest event. This special space at the event featured sensory manipulatives, a building area, noise-canceling headphones, and information for parents about our upcoming adaptive events and our focus group. We've had great successes this year. Providing quality, well-attended events is our top priority. Our events are so well attended that we've had to add additional seatings to Breakfast with the Bunny and Breakfast with Santa to accommodate our wait lists. We've also learned that holiday type events tend to be more popular. This fall, we've added Milk and Cookies with Santa, an experience where families can come and enjoy cookie decorating, make holiday crafts, and have a visit with Santa. We've also creating new opportunities for this event. The past weekend Family Fest, we added a silent disco, an adaptive area. The Tree Grove is set to receive thrilling additions, including interactive scavenger hunt, a revamped kids zone, and we're hoping to significantly increase the amount of trees in the Grove this year to make a truly magical town square. Although we've experienced significant successes, we've also encountered a few hurdles. So staffing, we offer a variety of events at times of years that are busier than others. It's difficult to hire staff, especially for events due to short working hours, and due to the nature of most events, it's very limited opportunities for volunteers to come out. Solutions for this is we are trying to utilize more staff working in one of our divisions and incorporate more full-time staff out at our events. Our budget also has been a challenge. It is limited, and with inflation, it's hard to operate within our means. So we are actively seeking sponsorships for all of our events. Vendors also have been a challenge. Again, like us, they are having staffing shortages too, so that requires them to have staff out at our events. So we are looking at a different way, different business model to kind of have different vendors at our events. And last, adult events. We're trying to launch our adult events, but we're seeing low registration leading to cancellation of events. So we're looking at marketing more in advance for these events, maybe reevaluating our price points, and then kind of getting feedback from our community on what they actually want to see with these events. This fall is packed with a variety of holiday events, ranging from trunk or treat and honoring veterans to our annual downtown holiday celebration. All of these events can be found at roseville.ca.us/events. And then also, don't forget to mark your calendars. Santa is making his way to the neighborhood near you. Our beloved neighborhood Santa returns beginning December 5th. To see the routes for 2023, visit roseville.ca.us/events. And then last but not least, our sponsorship opportunities. With over 53,000 local annual attendees, we have a variety of sponsorship opportunities for the community, and that kind of fits all of their needs. And so again, you can find it at roseville.ca.us/events. All the events that I mentioned are all available on our website, and this concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Thanks, Kathleen. Does anybody on the commission have any comments, questions, or concerns?
Yeah, I have a question. Could you clarify real quick as to why volunteering hasn't worked out with regards to the staffing?
It does work out sometimes, but we kind of need them in kind of a mass quantity. And so we kind of get 1 or 2 volunteers that helps. But when we're looking at our large events that have over 3,000 people, we kind of need a higher volume of volunteers.
Just a comment and a quick question. Just as someone who has had the pleasure of participating in a number of different city events, not just Roseville, but all over, I can just tell you, you guys do an amazing job putting on events for our community. My family always has a good time at everything that you guys do. We always look forward, especially to the holiday events. So I just really want to put that on there. Quick question, did I hear you correctly? Are the routes for Neighborhood Santa already up?
They're going to be announced soon. So
Okay.
on the website, they will be announced.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, not quite yet.
We plan around that event, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, echoing Jeff, my family loves the community events. I think this was my, on Saturday, it was my first time going to Family Fest actually as a participant rather than operating a booth. So yeah, it was fun to go around and be able to experience some things, and that great turnout despite potentially inclement weather coming up. So that was good.
Yeah, you guys are going to be busy coming up.
Just a little bit. Just a little
It's very exciting to see a packed calendar like that. I thought it was disappointing that the Level 5 lounge got canceled. What do you think it was just?
I think
Kinda
our
what you said,
marketing,
the
yeah, our
marketing.
marketing was kind of behind with it. We came out a little late with it. And then I think our price point too. And so that's something that we're going to reevaluate. We really want that event to go. And so next year we're going to bring it back. We're going to kind of readjust and kind of hopefully fine tune it a little bit and to make sure that we can run it.
Is there ever the chance that, like, Parents' Night Out could overlap with some of these events so that so that parents have childcare? Because that's probably, I know, part of the equation. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
So
have to-
we did that. We did a trial run with that last year at our North Pole Tavern, and it was very successful. So we're going to try it again this year. If that again is successful, that is definitely something that we can look at for like Level 5 or any of our adult programming.
My kids loved Parents' Night Out last month, and they're excited to go again this week, and your staff was absolutely incredible. So I think that was really nice for parents just to have that evening out. And I do think if you could align those,
Absolutely.
that with some of these evening adult-only events, that might make it a lot easier and a little more successful.
I'll just say, it's amazing. I always think the well of creativity that you guys have on these events is got to be hitting rock bottom, but you always come up with more. So it's always amazing to see what you guys come up with. Keep at it.
And I'll just say ditto, and I'm looking so forward to a lot of these activities this year. Lots of good ones to choose from.
Anyone else? Okay, do we have anybody for public comment? Okay, then public comment is closed. And again, and that was another information item only, so no vote. So at this point, we can move on to the final agenda item of the evening, which is board member and commissioner staff reports. Director Jill Geller, you're
Thank you,
on
Madam
up
Chair. I'll
next.
start with just a few announcements, and the first one being I wanted to thank all of you who were able to attend the park dedications on September 16th at Four Corners and Audrey Husking Park. It was such a beautiful day, and they were both lovely events, well-attended, especially the one at Audrey Husking Park. It was so nice that her family was able to join us from all around the country. And I especially liked it at Four Corners Park that we had members of the Neighborhood Association there, and also the gentleman that submitted the name Four Corners Park for the naming. So very special days. Thank you for those of you that could be there. And a reminder that we will be dedicating Apollo Dog Park on October 21st. We'll have some special treats for the pups that day, so you can bring your four-legged friend with you if you have one, and I hope you can join us for that. Natasha mentioned the public art dedication on Veterans Day, November 11th at Veterans Memorial Park North. So excited to start seeing more art in our community. I think art really adds interest and character to a community, and I appreciate all of staff's efforts and the DRP to help that happen here in Roseville. As you've heard tonight, there's a lot going on in our department, so thank you to all the staff that presented and all the staff that work so hard every day. Next week, several of us will be out of town in Dallas at the National Recreation and Park Association Conference, and that's where the gold medal recipients, thank you, Jeff. Yes, everybody do this, please. But that is where the gold medal recipients will be announced. And as you're aware, we're in Class 2 this year. We're a finalist, one of the top 4 in that class for agencies that serve populations from 150,000 to 400,000. And I don't know if I ever mentioned to you, but the other finalists in our class are Henderson Parks and Rec from Henderson, Nevada, Plano Parks and Rec from Plano, Texas, and South Suburban Parks and Recreation from Littleton, Colorado. And those are all top quality organizations. We are honored to be in their company. So the announcement will be on Wednesday morning, October 11th. I'll shoot you all an email later in the day and let you know how it turned out, but we appreciate you sending good thoughts our way and keeping your fingers crossed. And thank you for all that you do to support us, because we would not be a finalist without you. That's all I have.
Okay. Any comments, questions, concerns from Commission?
I would like to ask a couple of questions relative to the email and the presentation from Ms. Stearns. I know it's not an agendized item, so I'm not going to ask to go into an in-depth conversation. But do we have an opportunity to better communicate some of the changes or closures that we have? I know for instance, the city does a great job of informing through email subscription for like traffic closures and that kind of thing. Do we have the ability to better communicate with our frequent users?
Yes, we have absolutely taken Ms. Stern's comments to heart, and we are looking at all options for us to better communicate.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Well, first, so Natasha, I finally made it out to the Maidu Museum last Friday on a field trip. I was really impressed by the staff there. They're quite knowledgeable and do a great job. So yeah, that's a great job out there. And then yeah, congratulations on being a finalist. Good luck.
I just want to say I thoroughly enjoyed the 2 park dedications. It was so much fun, and it was great to see the community and the neighborhoods out there, especially the second one. All the people that came out there with the fire truck, yeah, lots of fun. You guys did a great job. Thanks.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that it was really cool seeing that park with the zip line. I just thought the zip line was a really cool addition. See, like there were kids playing with it while we were having the ceremony. Just a great addition to the park.
Yeah, it was a really special morning, and to have back-to-back park dedications, I think pretty much exemplifies how crazy your department is and how much you try to jam-pack into making our city so special and so enjoyable. And the 2 parks, that both dedications had very different feels, and both were absolutely fantastic, and it was very special. Having the family of Audrey there that morning. And wishing you guys luck at the Gold Medal Awards. And no matter what, it's you already won. So, and Director Yeller, I really liked your comment about the art adding another beautiful addition to our city, and because it just complements, it's an interesting complement to have parks and art both making our city so beautiful, just enhancing, making it Roseville what it is. So a very interesting partnership kind of was created there. So, and never would have thought that Parks and Rec would be doing art. So just add more to your plates.
One quick opportunity to plug how many parks are in Roseville?
Okay.
As of the last?
There are 83. Audrey Hesking was our 83rd park that we dedicated, and so Apollo will be 84 on October 21st.
Pretty incredible number for a city of our size.
Yes.
That's really amazing.
And we currently have 5 parks under construction as we speak.
Yep. Pretty special.
Pretty unbelievable. Anybody else? No? Okay. Any public comment?
This agenda item doesn't require public
we don't
comment.
need, okay.
Yes, thank you.
Then, On that note, do we have?
Motion to adjourn?
You were really just
Second.
jumping at that to save a second. Yes. On that note, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Yes, I made a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, on that, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, have a great night, everybody, and we will see you in November.